We're talking right now with Wyatt Hubert as he heads into the NFL draft. What is the go-to like pass rushing move for you? Like I maybe I should know that. Maybe I should have watched closely enough. But like, what is the go-to pass rush move for you?
Definitely. Well, there's multiple different pass rush moves I love, but I really can't answer that question because it varies from person to person every single week. How big an offensive tackle is, how long their arms are, how quick they are with their feet, how experienced they are, and how good they are as an overall football player. It definitely changes week to week. Pass rush is an art in itself. Inside of the game of football. You set up certain moves with other moves. There's counter moves off of every single move. And that all varies from week to week depending on who I'm going against. That's why I was successful because, I learned, that's something that I learned in college that a lot of, edge guys don't learn is, how to set up certain moves. Say I hit a move 2 or 3 times and that, complements the next move I'm going to do. And like I said, it all varies different, from different offensive tackles to offensive tackles. So, I have a lot of favorite pass rush moves, but it varies for sure based upon who I'm going against.
How tough was last year? Like it seemed from the outside looking in, obviously with COVID and everything going on and the losses that you would have week to week, personnel-wise, that it was very, very difficult. But in your own words, what was it like going through last year?
Yeah, it was definitely tough. With COVID, that was a big blow for us, and it wasn't just us. A lot of teams, all the teams in NCAA and college football went through the same experiences. With COVID positive tests, and guys getting close contacts and all that kind of stuff. So you really never knew who was going to be, playing on the game with those starting 22 guys, from Saturday to Saturday. Every team went through it. Every team faced adversity with it. Obviously we had a little bit of trouble with, guys leaving and entering the transfer portal. That definitely hurt us as well. We had a lot of young guys playing last season. A lot of, second and third string guys, not a whole lot of experience. Guys that were playing on the field that definitely needed a little bit more development. But at the end of the day, some teams didn't even get to play a season. So it was tough for sure. It sucked losing. It sucked, not having the best record for sure. Going out there and, being able to play 10 games was, a blessing itself. Because there's a lot of guys who didn't get to do that and a lot of guys that didn't get to experience that last year. So obviously a lot of challenges and controversy, but, like I said, going out there and being able to play 10 games was, a blessing in disguise for sure.
Well, I know Coach Kleiman said at one point late in the year, I think it was after the Iowa State game, that it was like a responsibility issue, culture kind of issue at the end of the year with guys that have been leaving. Like, how much of that was apparent to you there by the end of the year, that there were some problems in that department?
Definitely. A lot of it for sure. Those guys are no longer with the program anymore. I don't think it's going to be a problem going into this next season for them at all. You just recruit a few bad guys, and that was another thing with COVID. It hurt recruiting because sometimes, you get a guy stepping on campus, stepping on the program, and it might be the second time you ever see him in person. So, there's a lot of big question marks with coaches and, with their recruiting and all that kind of stuff. So that was definitely hard for them for sure. But those guys aren't in the program anymore. And, I think that's best for the program. And, being a leader and being a captain, me and the other, 6 or 7 captains sat around and we dealt with it all the time. And, we were obviously the leaders on the team. We were mature. We set the example for the younger guys. But, those guys just weren't willing to follow on and, accept the culture and accept, the culture that we're trying to develop at Kansas State. And that's why they're gone. And like I said, I believe going into this next season, I don't think they'll have that problem again.
All right, before we let you go, Wyatt, as you leave Manhattan, what will be the spot or 2 or 3 that you miss the most? Whether that's a place to go hang out, a place to eat, what will you be missing the most about Manhattan as you leave there?
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to miss a lot of things about Manhattan. A lot of good food, restaurants and places, and obviously, having my friends here and all that kind of stuff. But I'm definitely ready to take the next step. I can't wait. I'm super excited. But, there's a lot of things I'm going to miss. I'm going to miss, all my, my hunting spots. That's definitely going to be a place I look forward to coming back to in the future. But definitely, restaurant-wise, and there's so many good places, the Chef, Early Edition, places like that. Those are definitely some things I'm going to miss for sure.